West Ham United 2, Manchester United 0. Well. Team selection, I'm glad that Areola was back in goal. I think he kept us in it in the first half. He pulled off a decent save to keep it at 0-0. Mavropanos and Zuma at the back. Interesting. Agurd is still off sick with the bug that everybody doesn't believe, but there is still a bug going around West Ham, and the tail end of it is still affecting one or two players. So Mavropanos alongside Zuma, it worked, ironically. I think Mavropanos grew into the game. He's a little bit worried about Zuma playing on the left, but he did extremely well. There's just absolutely no denying it. Emerson and Soufal as the fullbacks contained anything that Man United had, which wasn't very much. God, they're poor, but who cares? I don't care about Man U. It was the best lineup that Moyes could put out. It's our strongest 11. You can't deny. And the first half was pretty poor. Well, no, it was average. You know, each team nullified itself. There was no real threat from either team. No clear-cut chances. More Man United getting a clear-cut chance than West Ham. Second half started off pretty much the same. Not a lot in it. And then Moyes, when he's blamed for not having plan B, Moyes did a tactical switch. He stuck Ward-Prowse out on the left. He put Kudus and Paqueta in the middle, and he put Bowen out on the right. And that sublime pass from Paqueta. That was, for the first goal, that was Paqueta's 4th assist in two league games. And then, of course, the 5th one came very soon after. Absolutely beautiful ball with the outside of his left foot, Paqueta, that set Jared Bowen up, who went out on the right. Cut in, Onana, don't know what he was doing, couldn't handle the ball, and it came off Bowen's knee to go in. We genuinely thought it was going to be called for handball, but thank goodness it wasn't. And that set us up, and that's all we needed. We just needed that spark. We didn't create a lot of chances. I think Bowen had a header just before the goal he scored, and Onana tipped it over for another corner. But we just needed something to get us ticking, and it happened. You know, the goal came, and all of a sudden we're a different team. And then the ball from Paqueta to set up Kudus, who was further forward, for him to score yet another sublime goal with his right foot. Incredible. It was what we were hoping for and what we were waiting for. Does this now justify David Moyes' decision to play a slightly weakened team against Liverpool on Wednesday? I don't know. I was there on Wednesday, and as soon as we all saw the team news, we were all really disappointed, and we kind of knew what was coming. And I think what was really upsetting about Wednesday is Moyes coming out and telling everybody that they were far superior to us. We couldn't keep up with them. Hang on a minute, this was Liverpool's B team as well. So it didn't do many players any favours. You know, he talked about, you know, now this is what you get when you make changes, etc. That was uncalled for. That was an Allardyce moment from David Moyes. So he had a lot riding on this game against Man United today. You know, he had to put out a team that were going to get the points, and it worked for him. But it still doesn't mean that we should have done what we did against Liverpool on Wednesday. Look, players have got to take responsibility as well. I think the only player that came out with any credits on Wednesday was Ben Johnson. And it was good to see him come on for the last few minutes of this game as well. And it just seems to me, you know, with the first 11 that was set up, you look on the bench and you ask yourself, who's going to come on and really make a difference from the bench? And there aren't that many players. So he's always going to use the next best, which is Fornals. Antonio will be due back, but he can't walk into this team. There's just no way. Who are you going to drop out of the first 11 that played today in order to accommodate Antonio? You don't. You have him as an impact sub. But yes, as an impact sub, then you've got someone on the bench that you could sort of look forward to, that can, you know, go at a team in the last 10, 15, 20 minutes of a game. But this is our best 11 that started this game. And then you've got Fornals, and now you've got Ben Johnson, and possibly you've got Antonio when he comes back. People are asking, what about Cornet? What's happened to him? He's fallen off the face of the earth. Well, just like a Gerd, Maxwell Cornet is also still suffering from the bug because he wasn't on the bench for the game on Wednesday, and he wasn't on the bench for the game today. So whether people believe it or not, or whether they think it's just a lame excuse, it is what it is. A Gerd being off today, as well as Cornet, neither of them were on the bench. But the first 11 that we had were good enough to, probably were good enough to beat Liverpool on Wednesday, even though we hadn't won there for God knows how many years. But there is this danger, isn't there? The danger is you play your best team, you risk injuries, and then what happens in this game? Look, we're up to 6 now. It all depends on what happens between Newcastle and Luton. It's a tall order for Luton, but they're trying. They're fighting for their lives, so you never know. Luton might pull off a result, because if the worst that can happen is we'll drop back down to 7th, leading into Christmas, and then of course we've got Arsenal coming up on Wednesday. No, 28th, whenever that is. But otherwise, well done West Ham. It took time. It took a long time for us to get into this game. It took a long time to actually set up a goal, but at least we got there. We persisted, kind of started off the game reasonably well. It kind of fell away, nullified each other for the rest of the first half from the 20th minute onwards. And Man United, what a poor team they are. But like I said a minute ago, I don't care about Man U. I care about West Ham. You can only play who you got in front of you, and we did enough in order to get the result today. It sets us up nicely, puts us in a good mood for Christmas. We've got Arsenal to come now on the 28th. Let's hope we go there and give them a good game as well. What else to say? Second half, mildly better than the first, until we actually scored the goal. Tactical changes, believe it or not, Moyes' plan B is what won us the game, because it was Bowen in the front at the start, with Paqueta out on the left, with Kudus on the right, and it kind of, we weren't able to break them down. The minute Moyes changed the formation, well, no, he didn't change the formation, he changed the players. The minute Moyes put Bowen out wide, put Kudus and Paqueta in the middle to control the game more, and Ward-Prowse out on the left, it worked for us. Great result, absolutely fantastic that we got the result that we were hoping for. Up to sixth place at the moment, possibly 7th. Well, you know, all right, the League Cup was disappointing, but if we can carry on like this in the league, then who's to say where we'll end up at the end of the season. Well done, West Ham. Wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas, because I'm not so sure I'll be doing another show before Christmas. There won't be a Monday night show because that is on Christmas Day, but I'll be back on Boxing Day. So do look out for the West Ham Weekly on Boxing Day, the Tuesday night. Wishing you all a very, very Merry Christmas to you and your loved ones. Hope you all enjoy yourselves. Don't drink too much, will you? And if you do, make sure you can't remember. See you all soon.